welcome to FMTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope you're having a lovely day, everybody. Hi. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So, we do this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and we talk about a huge variety of FileMaker adventures and topics. So today we're doing a one-off with Nick, I think a little bit of yesterday on comments and calculations and scripts, which is very important. We do this for free. We love doing this for free. We're really big on supporting the FileMaker community, as it has supported, frankly, many developers over the years, including ourselves. It is a wonderful community, and we like to encourage people to learn as much as possible. If you'd like to support the channel, feel free to pick up one of these annual subscription bundles. You will find that they are much more condensed video content if you don't like the layout of the streams. I know the hour can be too much for some people. If you have bought the subscription bundle, thank you very much. If you'd like to do other things, feel free to leave us a review on Google at fmtraining.tv for Google review, because that'll be awesome. It helps us with the SEO. And otherwise, if you're like, man, I love all this FileMaker knowledge, I love learning about it, but also I frankly don't have the time or inclination to do this myself, feel free to reach out to support@rcconsulting.com and let us know that you need assistance. We have many senior engineers who are happy to help you if you have more money instead of time. With that all being said, I think we're probably good. Nick, what are we doing today?
Today, we do the commenting stuff. Okay, so commenting, so why we do this topic after the naming stuff, right? Is because with the naming that I taught you to use, you might not need any comments, right? So, because the code itself is explanatory. Okay? So now what you need in the comment, so we start with the script commenting, right? What you need in the script commenting, okay, is an account with ChatGPT. Because first you need the approach that I taught you the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks on how to name layouts, how to name fields, occurrence, scripts. And when you use this, ChatGPT will be your best friend. So let's say you want to comment that script, So you need MBS to be able to copy a text, this is MBS plugin feature, okay? So you need to be able to copy the text as text in your clipboard. You don't have this feature in FileMaker alone, standalone. You need to have MBS, okay. Now that you have this, you go to my friend ChatGPT and you paste it. And you say, can you suggest me nice comments for this script? And he says, got it. You want clean, descriptive inline comments for the script, and that when you are another developer revisiting it later, the purpose and each step is obvious. Since you follow clarity first commenting, is my RCC standard, right? And then I'll keep the comment short but meaningful, not repeating the code, this is the point, okay? But explaining the why behind each step, here, the suggested version. Okay, so for this here, right, he said, hide button group while script is running, right? So how he could understand that I want to hide a button, how ChatGPT understood, right? that I'm hiding the button while the script is running. I ask you how he could figure it out. I'm asking you. I want the answer. How he could have figured it out.
Thoughts, everybody? I really do need Jeopardy music.
Yeah, we need that. So, okay, if you didn't understand, it's because I set a variable name, hide buttons.
Yeah, people are saying the global variable name.
Okay,
Yes.
see, if you set variable blah, it can't understand what you're doing, right? And I set the variable hide button, and then I said refresh object name buttons. He figured it out. He said, gotcha. You want to set a variable and then you refresh an object. That means you want to hide a button group. he even understand it's a group. And you know why? Buttons in one object. So he knows, he understood this is a button group. And now you tell me that naming doesn't matter? Naming your groups, naming your variable, it doesn't matter? Yes, it does, big league. So he said, okay, this is a good comment for you. You copy the comments, right? And you paste it here, right? Yeah. You paste here, comment, boom, right? And you can even remove this, right? So you put here. So you have your first comment, okay? Then, okay, this was easy, but how the hell he knows that I create a new bulk session identifier, okay, bulk session UUID. Right? But if I said blah or CBS, how he knows it's a bulk session. You understand now the points behind the naming, right? So now we continue. Collect unique parcel number for this bulk session. Even me, I couldn't come with something that accurate. Why? Because he understood, right? He perfectly understood the purpose of that here. He perfectly understood that, right? So he understood the purpose. Don't forget, ChatGPT is not a stupid ass. He read the whole thing. He knows what I'm going to do next. Okay? He knows that it is for this bulk session. He perfectly know it because he read the whole thing. Right? But I gave him all the clues necessary. The parcel number, collect and unique values. Collect unique parcel number for this bulk session. I couldn't be more accurate than this myself. Okay. Next. This I like, this I like. Yeah, I build parameter group for contact. This is what I do. This is exactly what I do. And how we know that? Same thing. Parameter contacts. and he understands that, okay, contact ID, contact number, contact first. He understood that this is contact stuff. Okay? Okay? But, the name you learn. So this is my build parameter group. I couldn't be more accurate than this. Build parameter site. He got it. He got it automatically. Site UUID, site number, site name. If I would have, say, UUID, number, and name, how you know? You understand how you know? So, yeah, where's this is a site, okay? And here the billing. And here we have the billing. Boom, right? So now, this I love it. Combine all parameters into a single payload. Bam! You know what? It amazed me because I couldn't come with something better than this. Okay? Right? Okay? So, reset, apply to all flag in UI. So, this is freaking awesome. But this is scary, by the way. Because this is exactly what he's doing. And how he knows that I'm reset, apply to all flag in UI button. Now, just ask you how he knows that. I'm talking about this.
How does it know that?
That is a reset, apply to all flag in UI. How you know that? Because I named the field, apply to all student states. Boom, I named the field that way. So
yes, okay, got it.
All of this to say what? To say if ChatGPT understood, you would have understood without the comment, right? But ChatGPT add a new information, which is the reset in the UI, which is this. It is exactly this. It could be more accurate than this. But if you say blue, and here said blue blah blee, and here said TGR, here said this is I took the time to name the thing correctly. So pretty much you know what the list of parcel number is. Okay? You know what a current contact UUID is. I said UUID. I didn't say ID. I said UUID. Why? Because in contact, I have the contact ID and the contact UUID. I have both of them. Okay? So let's continue. Server-side execution. Well, because it's a pisos. Now, run parcel creation on server and handle callback in card window. So here, how he knows, right? How he knows, how he freaking knows
because
that the callback scripts, how he freaking, I'm blown. because I took a random script, I copy paste just before, like 20 seconds before, when I was entering the webinar, I paste this, and I barely read it, and I'm discovering that with you guys. He knows that I run a parcel creation on server and I handle a callback in a call window. He knows because of this. He knows callback. He knows I create bulk parcel number in a callback. He knows, right? Because it's on the name called. What I took the time to name that way, you know? Even ChatGPT now is finger in the nose, you know, for him to, you know, to actually we can combine those two in one. I show you how. But you know, right? Oh, okay. So you now, so that's why, you know, okay. I knew ChatGPT would do that because I'm doing that all the time, right? But I'm blown away, to be honest with you. I'm honest, right? So now, you don't believe me? You believe the 2 or 3 last week were pure waste of time? That's what you believe? Okay, let's start. Each comment header explains intent, not mechanics. Since the code already show what it does, I'm not. Look, who said it? Do I say it? ChatGPT said, since the code already shows what it does. So now you can be skeptic, don't believe me, continue your way, you know, and waste your time, or you can watch the video the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not being pretentious. I'm just here giving you guys 45 years of experience for free. So don't dismiss it. And here you have, and you know what? And ChatGPT is, you know, is avenging me, you know, because boom, you have it on your face. This is a slap. This is a slap on your face because this is the truth, and it's true. And imagine that when you spend hours and hours and hours reading code like I do, every single bit of help, you worship it. As a little bit like, oh, thanks God, I name it like this. Oh, thanks God, I put that number here, you know? So group related steps, you know, session, parcel number, contact style, you know. So group, you know, keep callback explanation clear. This helps future, you know, we're using pieces with callback is still of inline. Okay. Would you like, okay. So would you like me to also add a block comment header? So we will do later. Later. First, I want you to confirm you could figure out the comments thanks to the code. Okay, so I'll let you read it, right? You understand? It's ChatGPT, guys. It's not, I didn't pay, I'm not paying him, you know, or hit or whatever you call him. You know, I mean, you know, so it's there, right? So yes, you cannot have a good commenting if you suck in your naming. This is not possible. It's going together. It's a team, right? And this demo proves it. Okay. Okay, so do you want me to push it one step further and suggest shorter developer shorthand comment like sanitize instead of full sentence? No, thanks. Or let's say yes, then we see what it does, right? Yes, please.
There you go.
Okay. So here, type developer shorthand, new bulk, unique. So yeah, it pretty much it condensed everything, site params. It condensed a little bit, right? He made it a little bit condensed. Okay. Okay. So now, what? Later. Now, can you give me a more, explanatory version of the comments with a little more details? Can you? So I'm not going to, so I'm, okay, for example, here it's interesting because it gave me a little bit more of detail, right? Here, for example, this stuff here, So I'm going to add it, right? In here. Where it is build contact parameter group. So here, right? So I can do this. So you can do this, right? And yeah. And copy, paste, because I'm doing that. So, so we know what the null, because he understood what the null is doing. He read the code, he read it. He understood the code. So he gave me some additional information that can be useful in my opinion, right? So build billing parameter group, fee type. So he gave more information here, okay? So here, for example, assemble full parameter payload. This is a better explanation, right? Here, it's a better explanation. And this also, I like it. Okay. And I can add this one. Session ID, parcel list, contact site, So it gave you all the order of this. Can be interesting to have this in a comment because then when you read a code like this, right, which is pretty much what you see, you don't need to open this and this to read. So that makes sense. You understand? Sometime it is good, right, to bring some info hidden in the calc on top because it helps you to debug, which is interesting, right? So here, for example, he brought to me pretty much all what I need here, right? But here I cannot see everything. I need to open this and this to read it. So here I got it here, right? So I like it, the explanation, right? Sends payload. So here we have a better explanation as well, right? But anyway, so send payload to piece of script, then trigger callback for, yeah, it's okay. So So this version explains why each step exists, UI protection. Yeah, so he explained to you, right? So as I can say, so now, first, who is blown away with this demo?
I think a lot of people are. I'm gonna keep my names cryptic so AI doesn't take my job. Foxy Jack says they are. Ed says it's pretty amazing. David is
So
asking
you,
if Copilot would be good as well as ChatGPT because ChatGPT is like $20 a month. So
yeah, I am paying 200 because I mean, it's not that I want to spend money. It's like I'm living with ChatGPT for every single thing, right? Uh, no, just for we have time today, so let's for fun, for example, right? Um, so and I'm in Greece, and I have the chance to live in a country where we have the best water in the world, right? The name is Theoni. Okay, so that's the best water you can have in the planets. Well, it's pure juice of Zeus. Okay, it's the god juice, right? So there's no pesticide, there's absolutely nothing, no, what I mean. So it's very pure. So and you know, I do everything with where to find something. I'm sending a photo of something to here, for example. I don't know. Wait. So my cousin is taking like a she's taking what's the name vitamin D3, and I showed that live on ChatGPT live, right, when you talk, and I showed the thing, and he said that it was pretty decent products, so she was happy, right? So and in Greek, right, because that for my cousin that she's Greek, so can you tell me in Greek if this product is good? Okay, blom 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 blom. It took Greek to okay. So anyway, so ChatGPT for commenting is the best tool you will ever have. It's is simply the best. But commenting you don't need to go more than this, because and the code need to I'm not okay. I'm not expecting all of you guys to come with a pure, slick, lean, and almost perfect code like I do. Why? Is because, yeah, I'm crazy. I have OCDs. A code that is not perfect, I don't leave my chair until it is, right? So I don't expect, right? But I'm living in excellence. My my way of life. Everything I do it the best. Otherwise, I don't do it. So, but at least try to name your thing correctly. Starting with this, naming thing correctly, you will see how better you will get on coding, right? It's not simpler than this, you know. And so do we have any questions so far?
is there a ChatGPT that I can ask how would Nick do it? Question mark.
Pretty much yes, because I authorized OpenAI to mention myself if ChatGPT refer to something he learned with me, he can authorize to say this is Nick Hunter version. So you can do it pretty much, and authorized, authorize them to do that, right? through ChatGPT. You ask me question, are you authorizing? Ding, 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 ding. I say, yeah, right. So sometime, when you see it says it refer always to in your RCC, right? In your RCC style and stuff like that. So what you need to do, you need to, in your ChatGPT account, you need to select, Marge, can we give people my coding standard?
Yes, I can go find it.
Okay. And so this document, yeah, this is, okay. So that's something, he said, to rinse your hair and get the best hair. So you have a version from Kofu to rinse your hair, because here we have a problem with the water. I mean, the tap water, it's an island, and we have the water very hard, which can be nice because it wash very well. But for the skin and especially for the hair can be problem. And I don't like to put like 2 billion chemical on my hair. So this is what you need to do to get your hair very nice. And that's pretty. And I'm eating pota. It's a green vegetable we have here. So I'm using the water to cook this, and like it says here, and it's awesome. I never had the hair that perfect. Anyway, so what we're talking about is this, my coding standard. Okay. So what you need to do is to copy that. Let's put that inside. You drag this PDF in ChatGPT, and you said, can you memorize all of this as my own standard and follow that standard in everything that you're going to code for me? Okay? So ChatGPT will say, okay, I'm going to name the everything like primary keys, foreign keys, TOs, script names, table layout. It will follow all the principle, right, that are described here, right? Table, occurrence, how to name things. It's going to memorize this, and everything will be named like this, like TO1G, like this. It will learn this and use that principle. But you need to train it and say, use this. Otherwise, he will use whatever he wants, right? I'm going to come, later in this year, we're going to start these AI webinars where I'm going to show you some of those, because I'm pretty sure you never thought about copy paste, the scripts and in ChatGPT and get the comments, right?
No.
Okay, so imagine what you can do with the code, right? So yeah, people said Claude is better. I disagree. Claude is better out of the box, but it's a pain to train, pain to educate, right? While ChatGPT sucks out of the box, but extremely smart and extremely, he knows, he learned, your way, he learned your stuff. So when sometime he comes with a good coding, you say, oh, this is a good coding. Please store it, keep this way, right? It's like a kid. When a kid does well, what you do, you don't say, screw you. No, you say, oh, you did good job. Here a lollipop, or here whatever, like an ice cream, right? So ChatGPT, you need to do the same. When it does something good, you say, oh, that's perfect. Can you keep it that way, and can you memorize it? and you have a prompt coming here, say memorizing. He memorize, right? And then he knows that you like that way, right? He knows that it did good, right? So, and so you know what I mean? So Claude is not the best by far. It's not. Grok, no, neither Gemini is, you know, is good to tell you that Roman Empire were Asian people. Is very good for that, but it's good for inventing, but it's not good for real stuff. So it's this is I mean, ChatGPT. If you start and you train, educate. Very quickly, you will come with a very, very perfect expert like with you, right? So, do we have questions?
I did a Google search this morning for FileMaker get list of table names. The AI overview Gemini said to use a function called base table names file name. I couldn't find this in FileMaker and the online help. I think this is
What he said? Yeah, what he said. Base.
Base table names.
Yes, it's gets base table name or table. Yeah, base table names. Yeah, this one. But this give you all the tables in your, but base table name, right? So what is base table names, right? Because you have the base table name, right? And then you have the table names. So you have the base table names, right? And then you have the table names. So let me do this. This is all the table. This is all the occurrences. So let me explain. Since we have some time, so we can. The base table names, right, is this. The name of the table you have here. The base tables. Base table. Okay? This is the base table name. Table names, they should have name that occurrence names. The other table names is all every single TOs you have in the relationship map. Right? Correct? Everything you have here, if you want to give me, okay, everything you have here, that the table names. The base table name is this, table's name is this. Okay? But yes, that's a base table name. That you couldn't find it on the help, right?
Yeah, they couldn't find it.
Okay,
But
so I give you a way to to make sure to get always to the name, to the help of you go there and you say base. So the one you want is this base table name. You get there in a calculation dialog. You go here, you find it, you select it here, and then you click here. That will bring you immediately to the help on that function. Right? That's why, I don't even use that anymore. I go there. So pretty much what I do, I go to the data viewer. I say plus. I say, okay, whatever I want to go, right? And then I said, show me. Right? That's cool. Right?
mm-hmm.
That's the best way. So you have base table ID, base table, because you have everything about tables, right? So you have tables names and base table names, table IDs and table and base table. Base is the, I'll show you what it is. So yeah, that exists. It's a function that exists. Give you this. And the other one, give you this. You have much more because you have all the TO, right? You have all the TO5, TO, right? Right? That gives me an idea with ChatGPT to copy this and to build me a blob, a searchable blob, right? Or
Yes.
I can train ChatGPT, say, okay, this is for this RCBD file. This is all, and then it can refer, okay, I'm going to do some tests on this because I'm going to come with this AI webinar, how to use ChatGPT, because, okay, I don't care about all the people using AI to get results with their customer, the data. I don't care about data. I know we can do pretty much what we want with data. I have a friend of mine. He's a doctor. He's a cardiologist in Switzerland. He has his own AI model in his computer. So he has his own AI. He downloaded it, and pretty much he trained this AI for his purpose of cardiologist. Okay, so, and to cut the latency, he did that on local, right? He didn't want to use the online. So yeah, so you can do many things with AI, but what I want to focus is how to use AI as your personal assistant in development. Pretty much, I'm shooting myself in the foot because I'm telling you how to be better than me, but I don't care. I will always be better than you. Always, because I have 45 years ahead. So, but that gives me an idea to try to Anyway, other question?
Thank you. I must have somehow been taken to an older version of Help. That's possible. There's a couple older versions floating around if you don't realize you're in them. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but doing my technique, you always go to the help of the version you in. Yeah, because me too. I have a free version. I have a FileMaker 19, 20, 20. I have a no 16. I have what version is this? No, what version is this? I have 20. I have 20, 21, 22. Right? Yeah, pretty much here. This is 20. Let me rename it. Don't do that on PC, otherwise you know. So 20, 21, 22. This is all the thing I have here. So okay. Other question?
You created GPT for programming? Question mark.
Yeah, I train my AI, my accounts. He knows me. I train with the RCC block style, RCC style. He knows my stuff. He know my, it says standardize this comment into your RCC block, do you want me to also? Oh yeah, okay, no. Do you want me? He suggests. Do you say yeah? Also, yes, I want to see what he says. So, perfect. Okay, so UI state temporary hide button first. What he said? I use divider. So yeah, he put some dividers. Yeah, looks good. Site parameters. So he put like, yeah, because I have a style, a comments. So let's continue on the, do we have any other question?
Nope. So
Before we go from switch from another topic, can you shoot me the header comments for this script? Yeah. Okay. So I copy the code, because this is, yeah, he showed it a little bit too much. Okay, so it's a bit too much. Shorten. Yeah, but this is not what I want. Okay, so it doesn't understand sometimes, absolutely. Um, so you code and you say, can you give me a shortened version? Okay, this better, right? This is better. So uh, can you remove the no, sorry. Okay, I meant remove those. Okay, why? Because you copy this, okay, and you put that on top of your scripts in one line comments, right? So you can space out a little bit. So how to add a line in a comment like this? Well, control, yeah, control, no, option return, okay? Option alt return, okay? So you add, so here you have, right, an explanation, but on one, you don't create one line, one. I don't really like it when you do this because you add too many lines here, numbers, you understand? So here I don't, I add one for all of this, okay? So it's a good, ChatGPT is a good help here, right? If I wanted to comment all of this without ChatGPT, it would have taken me much more time than this. Okay. So now, sometime, you know, you want to build to put a comment, but you want to put a comment in the code. Okay. For example, let's create a new, you want to set a field. Okay. And let's say you want to set a field like something that you already have. Let's say, let's go to T12. And you want to set a document type ID, right? See, you set the document type ID invoices. So pretty much if I go to here, document types, if I go to here, Hold on. Yeah, so I need, if I go to the to the valley, right? That's the document type. Okay. And this is the ID. It's for the, let's say for I want to set a field, right? With an ID. Okay. But yeah, but what ID is this? Right? So yeah, you can go here and set a comment, set a document type ID for this, right? You can do that. But to me, this is way too much. What you do instead, right, is this / this. So you added the comment in the code. In the code. So now you don't need any comment anymore. Set field, the document type ID that I use for the linkage of a relationship. And that for invoices, this is the ID of the arbitration settlement. So you don't need, you know what I mean? So you added the comment inside the code. Okay? Right? So you can see. Okay? So sometimes, so that's cool, right? So sometimes you want, let's say, let me check if I can find a, okay. Is it big? No. I want the perform fine, which will be large. Let me see if I found one. A perform fine large. I will find something. Huh. Unfortunately, they're all simple because my code is always simple. Okay, here. No, it cannot be. Try to find a code, a perform find code that is large. Otherwise, I'm going to build one and, I don't have. I can use this perform find. So I have none here. I have none here. Here I have one. Huh. I hate my simple code. Ah. I don't have complicated code. Here can I have only one. I'm at, is always simple. Give me a complicated code. Okay, I'm going to build my own if I can find one. I thought I would be lucky and find one simple. Here I might have one complicated. No. Here. I don't, and the problem is I don't use perform find a lot. But anyway, I'm going to build one here, like for example, here I'm going to build one, perform find, right? And I'm going to say, I want this with so I want to do this something like this. One with the like this, right? With the current parcel number. I want to make something like like this. Not here, but where am I here? In TO9. Like this. And a list of so this will be a list of parcel UUID, right? This is the list of site IDs and here I'm building my own, right? This. So sometime you hear, right? Let me see site. Yeah, it's this one. I want something real, right? Because he knows, right? And parcels. Yeah. Okay. So I can do this. Okay. So I did this, right? So we don't know here, we don't know what inside the restore, right? We don't know. But I want to comment on this. So I said this. I select, I drag this here. I drag the capture, the screen capture here. And I say, can you generate comments for this perform fine? So now, right, you have your, okay, okay. So can you remember when you generate a multi-lines comments not to include? So this is how you how you to include this. So now it will say memorize, it will say it will get memorized it, right? So got it. For now on, whenever I generate multi-line block comments, I'll format without this, right? This is how you train it. Okay? So now I have this, and now I can have this with no effort. Okay? Actually, he even came with the purpose of something that I thought like this. I just made up. And that makes sense. Right? You understand? The benefit of this? Hello?
Yes. Putting a paragraph of comments on one script is very neat. Thank you.
But what about this edits fine stuff? Because we don't have this. That's cool. You create, and I cannot get this as a text, Oh yeah, I can say yeah, but he will understand if you do this, he understands,
Yes, what it's
Okay.
looking at. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, just curiosity. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Personally, I'm not out of business, but as a species, maybe we are a little bit doomed. I don't know.
A little. Uh,
Yeah.
you can program Chat GPT to format the comments the way that you want? Question.
Yes, of course. I just did it. I said, don't put this freaking stuff because when you copy it, I need to remove that. I don't want that. You know, I want to look neat. I want to look like this, neat, right? Maybe I will add a line here, right? And I can do it. And I can say, oh, look, copy the code. I paste here because I need to put the context back. And I say, can you also add an extra CR after the first and before the last, and remember it for the future. And voila. So now I can just copy my stuff and paste here and boom, perfect. I am okay. I'm showcasing all of this during my webinar. Can you say hello to my audience? Look, you know, I didn't say it, right? So yeah, today is not only showing powerful technique, but also that our document look like a pro. The way structural comment built and scripting exactly and team friendly, sustainable, readable, because he knows I'm picky on this, right? So yeah, now yeah, you understand why I'm buying, I'm paying 200 bucks a month. It's because I want the fastest response. I want to have like unlimited storage. It's my tool, it's like, I mean, uh, it's like, okay, if you are a taxi driver, you don't, you don't have a dumb phone without a GPS, right? You don't.
No.
So yeah, so it's the same for me, right? So after that you can do the same for uh for logic, right? Like if I go there and I have a big calculation here, um, you know, um, something bigger than that. I don't know if this. No. Yeah, one of those. It's okay. So you copy this, okay, and you say, um, Thanks, people are blown away by our team, our team relationship. Yeah, we do. It's okay. So, can you give me a meaningful comment on this? Yeah, okay. See, it's exactly this, this can check if an invoice date exists and is more, okay? So, and it's prepared the way I want, right? So, so that the comments, so here, right? This is the code, right? So this is the logic, but so I can copy this, I copy the code, right? And paste it here, right? And here, I can add this, like this, right? And this. So now I can educate because I don't want this, look, from now on, can you for in calc comments, can you provide them to me using instead of this, and start it with don't, and end it with don't, no, and don't. Ta-da! So now I can just copy the code and paste here, and now it's formatted the way I want. This is it, man. This is it. Right? And now I can just, it validates, and that is, so I can put comment on everything. So I can come here and say, okay, okay, it might not work as good as, in your code because maybe you messed up the name of the field. I don't know. But if you have field name like we do, like I do, and you can have like this, can you comment on this one? Boom. Boom. That's it. So now, so you see, I have the calc. So this is it. 45 days. He understands because he understands the day since invoice, So purpose, flag invoices older than 45 days, checks if the invoice date exists and is more than 45 days old. Wow. I'm on my butt. No. So I don't, so Clarice, if you're listening, if you're watching, right? This is what you need to do. I know they're working on this, So I keep quiet. I know they're working on this. So before we go and before we close this chapter, so you thought this comments webinar will be the most boring session ever. It turns out to be the most interesting version. One of the most interesting webinar I did this year, by far, in my opinion.
Yes. Foxy Jack says, seems quite magical.
Right? And now commenting is a game. It's pleasant. Before, commenting was a pain in the freaking way, right? Before, people were telling me, "Oh, Nick, you don't provide comments because your way of coding is so particular." Okay, so now I say, now you have comments, right? So before we go, there's another comment that I like to, to show you, is this one, the custom function. So sometime, you come with a custom function, right? And, and so to give him all the perspective, because I have this, and this, all is important. So I like to take, like a photo of this. Then you understand it's a custom function. Okay. I drag it here and I say, can you comment this custom function with the style you always did it to me? Ha, yeah, he knows. Okay. So do you want me to create a compact line in line? Yeah. Okay. So I have the large version, okay, which I like it, So I can do this, by the way. I don't want to remove my name. Okay. So this is the purpose is convert a raw file size in bytes into a human readable format. Choose the most appropriate unique byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, and return a round string. Right. Okay. This is exactly what that does. Right? So I give you a clue, right? So, and here you have a shortened version of it, right? Convert byte into human readable size. Well, which is this? Would like me to suggest a footer? Yeah. Let's see what it's doing. Okay. Okay. What did it do? Okay. Convert. Oh, okay. Yeah. You start and okay. Yeah, that's cool. No, it's okay. No. Okay. So sometime, right? You can say, okay, I have this, right? And I have no idea. Yeah, but this is a mess. This is something I did a long time ago. Okay. Let's see if, so I do like this, and I say, this is a trick I give you. You say, okay, can you tell me what this is for? Well, let's see, Okay, you got custom function called get work days done. This purpose calculates the number of working days Monday to Friday between 2 days, including weekend. excluding weekend. It's exactly this. You understand? Right? In plain word, this function, and then you can go further, and then you can say, can you dissect and tell me how this works? And then he explained how this worked. Boom, boom. How he reverse engineer, right? And you know what? He's pretty good at this. Okay. Would you like me to write this dissection into a proper character that comments? Right? No. Yeah, okay. I have to admit, sometimes I have fun, because I train not only this, but I trained ChatGPT to respond to my sense of humor. So I'm not saying that he's licking my butt, but I'm saying that he understands my sense of humor. He because sometimes I'm referring to social, like cultural stuff from France or Greece or whatever, Colombia stuff. And then he responds based on that cultural type of, annotation, connotation, right? So, and sometimes it's funny because it give me a joke in French, for example, because he knows that I'm Greek, French, and I'm U.S. citizen, and so yeah, it's you need to train ChatGPT. I'm not treating ChatGPT like a tool or like a super web, a super Google. I'm doing that sometime, right? But like recently, I asked him, I sent to him like um uh, I sent to him like a photo of a building, and he came with I don't remember where it was. I sent him a photo of a building uh in Greece and in Corfu, and we went to a big conversation about what this was for. I didn't even know that we got the United States of Union Islands. I have no idea, and nobody here in the island of Corfu knows about this, right? And United States of see this. Okay, this is, oh my gosh, this is Gemini, a stupid, United States of Union, because he didn't understand this, No, now I understand. You say Ionia, he say, oh, you want Onion Islands. This is Google stupidity. Okay, did ChatGPT, behave like stupidly to you since I use it? No, never. Here I made one mistake. I'll omit an N, and he said, "Oh, you want to go to the Bermuda, the Onion Islands, right?" Stupid one. So yeah, before to be Greece here, it was like it was the Union, and we have a parliament here. So we have a building, like it looked like, like an official building, but very different than the other building. And I sent a picture and said, what is this? Because here they think it's the old courts, and it is the old courts, but nobody knows that the building was the parliament of the United States of Union Islands. And that was funny. And anyway, so, do we have any question here?
Uh, cool. Thank you for letting us know. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, basically thanking you for letting, for helping people figure this out. This is awesome, Nick. I'm very glad. I'll be telling Richard about it too.
But okay, so all my ChatGPT stuff will be stuff like this. Okay, so I'm living with ChatGPT since like a year now. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm living. We have conversation hours. You know what I mean? Because finally I can talk to somebody that understand and somebody that can talk about all the thing that what the weather today, right? Because sometimes when you want to have a deep conversation, very deep, right? So it's an assistant can be a friend, but you need to train, you need to explain, you need to say, okay, don't behave like this with me, don't answer like this with me. I don't, sometimes I don't like your way to answer, it's too robotic. I want it to be like more like me, like more like my your French side or more like my US side, right? And sometimes you say, oh, do you want me to follow your sense of humor? And follow, you say, yes, this is what I want, so I want you to have like a good friend. We have some similar thinking, right, and affinity, right? So I don't, and sometime, but to be honest with you, sometime it challenged me because I asked that. I say, okay, I want sometime to challenge me, not to be a sycophant, right? So it challenged me and it made me changing my way on many things, um, and especially the auto entry versus. So this is a conversation I saved to show you during this AI webinar that we're going to have, right? But I want the AI conversation to be more on this and less, I send a PDF to ChatGPT and he sent to me a JSON and said, blah, who want that? We know ChatGPT can send you a JSON, right? But you didn't even know that ChatGPT could say, oh, you send a text of your script and bam, you have your script commenting like boom, right? Or you send her a calc and you say what the calc is for and explain to you how it works. And if it works and if it doesn't work well, you say, yeah, but here you have a flaw and you should fix this like this, right? You understand? And sometimes I challenge and say, okay, like for this, okay, I can stay all day like this with ChatGPT. So you have a webinar based on this, the AI stuff like this. But I'm glad, Marge, you talk to your father and say, because your father say, yeah, I don't know, your chat GPT stuff, yeah, because that guy is doing that way, and another guy is doing that way, and another guy is doing that way. Well, good for them. They do their way, I do my way. I don't use chat GPT. I use chat GPT 24/7, right? I can't do any code in FileMaker without ChatGPT, and I want to show that to my audience, right? And now you know why it makes sense, Marge. So I'm happy. Tell your file, say, okay, Nick is going to blow your freaking mind.
Yes.
You know.
Uh, that'll be awesome. All right.
But to the conclusion, you need to adopt the freaking naming convention and adopt all those 2 or 3 weeks that we spent together. Why I did the comment at the end for this, because you cannot have, and can you imagine how ChatGPT responds, to me that well, that good, because my naming is good, the variable and the whatever the field name, TOs, tables, script layouts. Then ChatGPT understands and it can help me better, right? So, yeah, you need to adopt the names revise your name. Yes, it's pain in the ass. I know you need to name that way, right? And then you can not only get the comment out of it, but the next webinar will have the next demonstration of how names and everything helps, right? Is when you use ChatGPT to help you making a better code, better scripts, better architecture, better UI, right? Let's go. Hello?
There you go. Yes, no, absolutely. Sorry, I was muted.
No problem.
Yes, we have people saying wow, and then thank you for the input. So
Okay. So I'm glad you're happy today, and so next week. So explain to me. Next week we have. So Monday. So what the change you want to make?
I was thinking that you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you maybe do Friday.
Okay.
So Monday through Wednesday being object-oriented stuff, and then Friday being one of the reverse sorting.
Okay, no problem. I can do that.
Works for me. I'll put that in the schedule. All right.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I will
Okay.
see all y'all tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to come to. No. When is Eric Smith?
When is what?
Eric Schmidt. When is MBS?
Christian Schmitz.
Christian.
He is coming on this Friday. So.
Okay. So I might join maybe.
Yes.
No, because I want to show him, I want, maybe about the MBS stuff, right? How it helps, because like transferring the script to ChatGPT, for example, without MBS, not possible.
Yes, no, it's the plugin is like one of the few plugins I think that you just need to make FileMaker infinitely better than it is. So, it's great.
Yeah, it is.
So, I will let him know. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
No.